Listen, there was a time on TikTok there's no way you couldn't hear this song. So obviously I've heard a little bit of it, but I am going in blind for most of it. From what I've heard, it's a decent pop song, from what I've heard. But I've not heard the whole thing, so let's give it a go.
This ain't build a bitch. You don't get to pick and choose. Different ass and bigger boobs. If my eyes are brown or blue, this ain't build.
Those harmonies are on point though.
With flaws and attitude. So if you need perfect, I'm not built for you. Yeah. Bob the Builder broke my heart. Told me I need fixing.
That was a bad opening line. Bob the Builder broke my heart, told me I need fixing is not a good line for this. I know what she's trying to do, but it's not.
Said that I'm just nuts and bolts. A lot of parts were missing. Heart feel like a curse and virgin and a vixen. That's the kind of girl he wants, but he forgot. This ain't build a bitch. Filled with flaws and attitude. So if you need perfect, I'm not built for you.
So the vibe I'm getting is that she or a team, you never know in this instance. It feels like the chorus was written and they went, yeah, it's pretty good. The beat is very good. I like all the instruments and stuff, the little samples and stuff they're putting in. But that verse was boring as fuck. That verse was bad. That was absolutely not like a good like travel line to the chorus. It just sucked. It just sucked. It was so uninteresting. After that first chorus, I really checked out. Bob the Builder line made me go like, bro, but like I checked the fuck out until the chorus came back in. That's not a good sign. That's really not a good sign.
Always playing dolls, looking for the Barbie. They don't look like Ken. Hardly have a heart.
No, you almost had it. You almost had it, bro. You literally fucking did the harmony. Just stick with that.
Looking for the Barbie.
If those harmonies were really just brought up in the mix, then this would be quite interesting. But they're drowned. 6 writers on this song and they couldn't get a fucking verse right. Jesus. The harmonies they need to be brought up because they're being drowned out by the mix, and their harmonies don't make things interesting. The beat's very good though. The chorus is good. Thrown in little different bits in the chorus as well, or the drop, I guess it is, but this is good. Oh no, why did you do that? Don't double time it. Why did they double time? Why did they do that? Hang on, what was the point of that? That didn't sound good. Why did they do that? You had the vibe, like you have the vibe. This is a song, right? This is what I don't really understand about this song. So this song has already established that it's a quirky like sample song, right? You can just throw sounds in there because it's meant to be a little bit childish, right? They're throwing in like, you know, little bells and like the ding and all that kind of stuff. If you wanna change up the drop, then do it the way you've been doing it this whole song, where you will throw new things in, where you'll just be like, hey, here's an instrument, here's a fucking xylophone, have this. Do some fucking, I don't know, record a fucking moo sound from like a little kid's like Animal Farm thing. Do something. Don't fuck with the rhythm, which is one of the best parts about this song, because it's like doom, doom. It's like, yeah, okay, yeah, I can dance. That's a good rhythm. It's like doom, doom. It's like you just ruined the dance. You've ruined the dance rhythm for everyone who's dancing to this song right now. Like, you get into it, and then all of a sudden, why? It is jarring. It's jarring as fuck because this whole song has been built on doom, doom. And then it'll cut out and you'll have no rhythm. I'm guessing it's because they wanted to... I'm starting to wonder if they've also just bought this beat. Because that's not right. I don't see why a producer would fuck their song up like that. Because if they just have like all the stems and they have everything to do everything they want to, why would you do that and not just add in like instruments? Do you know what? It sounds really cool there. A fucking cello. A little bit of a string section. But that's the thing, that's the rhythm though. That's not the rhythm. They could have added more instruments to that. They could have added like a string section would have sounded good. They could have went like Poppy does, where she'll have like a synth or something coming in. That rhythm coming in just for that is weird. Don't tell me that was the end of the song as well, because they've just fucked it right up at the end. Do we have a bridge? It doesn't need a bridge. Other than the rhythm, it kind of topped it off itself. But I like this. Hang on. I like the fact she's gone out and just made a fucking black metal logo. That's kind of cool. That's actually worse that was at the end. That's worse that that's how it ends. Because if that's how it ends, if it was literally just going to do that, they should have really fucking ramped it up. They should have upped it in instruments. They should have ended that on a fucking big high. That should have been a crescendo, right? That should have been fucking synths coming in or a string section, like I've said before. This is your big fucking song. Leave it off on a high. If she tours live, this is the ender, right? This is the ender, and instead she fucked up the rhythm of the song so no one can dance to it now. I feel like parts of the song were written and parts were in the studio like, shit, we don't have enough material to make a full song out of this. Do you know what? There's potential here. There really is potential for this song, but it's riddled with errors. Just like riddled with just poor choices. A rap feature would be incredible in this, depending who it is, because as we know, anyone who's ever listened to a featured rap on a Post Malone song knows that they're not always good. But yeah, depending who it is, this would actually be fire with a rap. With the rhythm as well. The rhythm's just so fucking good, I'm gonna be honest. Basic rhythms like that aren't just everything you hear every day. Like, do you remember that time in like 2016 when every fucking song was that annoyed the shit out of me. So it's nice to hear like just a doom, doom, and then to fuck it up at the end. This song has annoyed me with how much potential it has. I want to give it like a 7, 8. 8 would be fair. But they ruined it. They ruined it though. A 7. They've got to be a 7. The good is up here, and the bad drags it down. Really drags it down. It's like walking on a tightrope. You can get most of the way on a tightrope, but if you fall, you've fallen off the tightrope. You know what I mean? If you don't get to the end of that tightrope, you've not done it. It sounds like, so what I actually think has happened is her and maybe a few songwriters have gotten together and they've written this really, really good chorus, because you know what? No one can say that chorus is not catchy. It is. The chorus is great. The rest of the song was made up to accompany the chorus though. It was a botched job on the verses, and then they didn't really know what to do with it outside of that. That's why there's no bridge. That's why there's no crescendo. They didn't know what to do other than... Because let's be honest, this song got big on the chorus alone. If you went onto TikTok, you'd just hear that chorus. You wouldn't hear the whole song. You'd just hear that chorus. She has a song from 3 days ago. Do you want to try it out? Do we give her another chance and see if she's progressed at least? Oh, she's still going with the same idea then. Is this her brand then? Has she got like a musical universe? Because I like it when artists do that, to be honest. That's actually pretty cool if she's done it. Let's find out.
Oh, don't I look nice? Batting my eyes, isn't it pure perfection? You think I'm polite, stereotype, got your full.
Very Billie Eilish.
So you can play with me, you better watch your back.
That is Billie Eilish.
Cause baby doll skill, don't provoke us or we will push you downhill. Might be pretty but we're still bitter as much as
this is good though.
Knife hidden under the sheets, baby doll skill, don't provoke us or we will go.
My issue with... I have an issue with this. It's doing the right thing wrongly. As soon as that kind of chorus ended, I was actually waiting for the drop. I was anticipating the drop very well. Like, I was like, yeah, all right, let's get into this. I was ready for it. And it feels like a sample drop rather than like someone's made this for the song. This sounds like if I went onto Splice and just got a bunch of like synth samples and just played them. And that's what it'd sound like. Oh, it's completely Billie. It is absolutely Billie Eilish. I actually think the rhythm is ripped from one of her songs. Just listen to the drop again. Just listen to the drop again. It goes so well until the drop, and then it sounds like a bunch of samples that are pulled from different places that aren't really suited to the song. And that's let me down.
Oh, we will go.
Feels like Billie Eilish with... Yeah, no, it is Bury a Friend. I was trying to think of what the song is, but it's Bury a Friend. Yeah. But no, they're identical.
Made out of steel. How does it feel to be walked all over hills, leaving a trail, cotton pigtails, blood drips down your shoulder?
It's Billy and Poppy. It's Billy and Poppy that she's trying to get. Like with the little screams and stuff. Very Poppy. If the drop was better, I'd give this song a pass. I think it's fine. But the drop is so like, hey, we just took a load of samples from Splice and put them in.
Baby, let's power in numbers, but I want all of your friends. You're done to listen to no one.
Let me listen to this whole verse straight up, because I didn't like that.
Leaving a trail, cotton pigtails, blood drips down your shoulder. Baby, let's power in numbers.
That wasn't good. That wasn't good. Didn't like that.
But I want all of your friends. You're done to listen to no one. We don't know how this ends.
That note's not right. There's something not right about that note. I could see Melanie in that. Yeah, I could see a bit of Melanie in that. The breathy highness. Is she gonna go just cinematic ending again? Don't tell me she's got like a minute and a half of cinematic ending and no music. Don't do it. Don't do it. Bro, wasn't Bella Porch actually like a Marine or something like that? Like something fucking crazy like that. So like realistically, if I talk shit, she could actually beat the fucking living shit out of me. I'm fully aware of that. I think it'd be content. Let's be honest. Me and Bella Porch in a new creator clash? I feel that's a 7 again. I feel like that's a 7 again. Just can't top off the songs, man. She can put those finishing touches on to make a real banger, you know what I mean? It had the same problems as the last one though. Like, it was good until it fucked up. Until something just went wrong. But the last one was more original. This one literally was just like, it felt like just like a, at the best it was a homage, should we say, rather than just fucking ripping from other artists. Because let's be honest, it was Billy. There was a little bit of Poppy in there, but I'm not gonna hold that against her. Like you say, Melanie Martinez was definitely in there. I think I'm gonna give that a 7 as well. I think Build a Bitch was more inventive. I think we have up next what some may consider a genius classic. This is Monster by Gabby Hanna. Yes, from that video of Maybe I'm the Monster. Ah!
Laying in the bed that I made all alone. Guess I'm not surprised, honestly. Praying in my head that you stayed and I
Okay.
you'll miss me eventually. People want
I like it.
clearly I'm the one they're afraid of. One after another, they've always come and gone.
I like her voice. The rasp is good. The rasp is good.
What if I'm the monster that's been here all along?
Don't do that. Don't do that little fucking chip off the end. Her voice has a Hailstorm quality. If anyone's ever listened to Hailstorm, it has that quality. And that's good. The beat's a bit Imagine Dragons, but it's whatever. Sounds like a chihuahua getting kicked. Right at the end, it sounds like... Do you know when you accidentally step on your dog's toes and they make a little squeak and you feel really bad about it and you try to apologize to them for like hours, but you know they can't actually understand you and you know it's probably okay, but you still feel really bad for it.
Always come and gone.
That's what it feels like. Listen,
So what if
step on your dog's toes now.
that's been here all along?
You know what I mean?
They're jumping like flies whenever I'm around. So used to goodbyes, there's comfort in the sound. Maybe I'm the monster
I don't know about that choice.
that's been here.
Stop doing that. Stop doing that. The chorus, I would have done a little bit... I would have done different. After the... Na, 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 you get two of them. I would have done a little bit, just something really different to just throw it in a circle, right? Na, 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 just something new. It felt like it was just the same idea, but there was less of it, right? I would have tried to and just mix it up so you can just kind of cycle it back around. And end it back out on that. I don't think that the B part of the chorus is very good. Like, it feels like she's just trying to find a melody to go with, and she just kind of mumbled one and kind of stuck to it. It doesn't feel like it's actually cycled back around to the hook, like the big line, you know, the one that is meant to get in everyone's head. So I think a lot of these have an issue with quality control. I think Bella's did as well, where they're not polished. Like, no one's gone over it with a fine-tooth comb and gone, does that work? There's this thing, so one of the biggest things I learned in mixing, which I've tried to apply to a lot of things, is that the only thing that ever matters is what comes out of the speakers. No matter what you do, you could have changed space and time, right, to make this sound the way it does. But it doesn't matter because no one will ever know. People will only ever hear what's coming out of the speakers, so that's the only thing that's important. So if you apply to that and you go, okay, this line isn't good, right? If you put out a bad line, you can't be in the room with every single person to say, oh yeah, that line, we just couldn't find it. You know, you can't be there. You actually can't do that. So it's either they hear good quality or they hear bad quality. Basically, there's no excuses.
You're safe here, no need to run and hide underneath your cover now.
That's interesting.
Don't be scared, there's nothing left.
Could do with more harmonies though.
Since you ate my heart out.
When you have a really good singer like this, right? Because she's a good singer, or at the very least, she has a very good voice, and someone's very good at melodyne. That could be potential, but I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt and just say she's a good singer because she has a very good voice. And listen, the genius thing, like, it happens to a lot of singers, not warmed up, it's fine. She has a very good voice. When you lull down like this, you have space to fill, okay? So if you've got a really good singer, like if any of you guys hear what I did with Amy Ray, right? In the lower kind of quieter bits, I absolutely pumped her harmonies just up to the top because that's what you should do. You should encapsulate someone in this lovely sound. And they've got this quiet section. It's just an organ. It's a side-chained organ, right?
Underneath your cover now.
And they've got a little bit of harmony in there, but like cover now, all that just all in one would sound so nice, but it's just not adventurous enough with it. That's the issue. And I think just, again, it comes back to just layer your vocals, layer all of your vocals. Layer your vocals so much that your song can be listened to without music. And then add music. And then mix it.
Don't be scared, there's nothing left inside. Since you
There is harmonies there, they're just not...
one after another.
She's about to burn this kid for wearing a Halloween costume.
That's been here all
Understandable. I feel like that squeal makes the song discredible, if that makes any sense. The fact that every chord, like, listen, they took the best take and looped the chorus, right? Or copy and pasted the chorus. Everyone does that. That is just an industry standard. But it's so like just straight, because that's meant to be like a thing you just do, you know? It's meant to be a spur of the moment thing. But when it's in every single one, it sounds robotic. And I think that's a big issue. Because it's the same sound every time, right? Like if you squeak, it's the same sound as you squeaking your foot when playing basketball, right? But every single time you squeak your foot, it makes a different sound. When you hear a squeak sound, it's never the same twice, right? And the fact that you are hearing it the same way every single time, that's what's making it sound really robotic and taking you out of like, oh, she's singing. It's like, oh, she's copy and pasted this. Like, and that's bad because the whole music industry does that. And that's not a fault on her. I think she should have taken a few takes of that and sprinkled them out. And if she really did like that, she should have put that one at the end. Put the best one at the end. Especially if a double chorus is coming up right now. It's not, okay. Missed opportunity. I've noticed that as well. They don't double chorus at the end. Oh, is this another version? Fair enough. Part 2 featuring Red Foo from LMFAO. Decent song. It's not a bad song. She got done dirty with Genius, I think. I feel kind of bad for her now because she has a good voice. She has a very Lisa Hale type of voice when she does that rasp. I think that's very good. It's not an easy thing to do. She could just be a studio singer, but that is a very, like, you have to have a decent technique to actually be able to do that kind of rasp. The chorus meanders. That bugs me because the chorus is the song, right? The chorus is every song. The trial was very fucking annoying. It grinded me. Every time I heard it, it grinded me a little bit more, and that's an issue. Let's just go back to this bridge. I want you to imagine this bridge, right? That the instruments are the same, so this side-chained organ is still going on. But I want you to imagine that while she's singing, there's at least 3 layers of harmony, right? I want you to imagine that is singing along with her. Not the whole time, but it's interspersed in the main bits, right? I want you to imagine that and hear how much better this song is.
You're safe here, no need to run and hide
running hard. Like,
Don't be scared, there's nothing inside. Since you're way
she could even go like hard out, like really, really belt it in the harmonies as well. There, it just sounds so much better. But it's just so, I don't even want to say flat because that gives implications that she's not singing it right. It sounds lifeless. I think one of my biggest problems is I'm very vocal focused. Like I've always been very like, I do the vocal well, right? Like I lay the fuck out of vocals, and I think when I don't hear it, it doesn't fit very well. I don't want to be too harsh on it, right? Because I feel like she's had some shit, right, with the Genies. I don't think it's deserved. I think it's a good song, and I think a 6, maybe hitting a 7, maybe a 6, maybe a 6.5. Yeah, you got me thinking now. Actually, is it a 6? Because that fucking annoying sound she makes. Another one, more productive. These guys come to me. Just fucking come to me. Let me record you. This is me calling out every fucking YouTuber who wants to make music. Let me do it for you, because I know vocals. I will make you sound beautiful. I guarantee if I got the stems, I can make Jake Paul sound good. I actually fucking guarantee it, and I'll look for that. I will challenge myself on that. All right, next up we have an actual piece of shit. There's Alyssa Violet on everything to do with Jake Paul right now.
Alright, yeah.
What did Jake like cheat on Alyssa or something? What did Jake Paul do to Alyssa? In early 2017, things had to go sour. Going super up, Jake kicked Alyssa out of the Team 10 because Jake was reportedly treating her like shit. So fans speculated the two broke up. Eventually, the two revealed their relationship was probably toxic and filled with emotional abuse. Okay, let's see how this goes. I didn't think we'd lead back to Jake Paul again, but I guess all roads lead to Jake Paul and Rome.
I can tell that you came with a Disney flow, ayy. Ain't nobody ever heard about your Disney show, ayy. Got a bitch that remind me of my.
That's actually true. I didn't know about Jake Paul and Disney. I just knew the Disney Channel flow thing. I'd never ever seen this thing. Anyway.
Got a bitch that remind me of my cereal from Britain. When I see her, I'm like Cheerio. Yeah, Alyssa called asking me if we could win against Jake Paul. I said we Gucci like the shirts with the snakes on.
This gets more painful with every single line. Actually more painful with every single line. They're just awful. I think Jake still might be worse, but this is bad.
I just heard the song Team 10, now I hate y'all. Logan, that will be your last hit like an 8-ball.
Nah, wrong call, yeah,
Fuck me.
Jake, like from State Farm. Get girls, but the hooker said you paid for it. Me and Rice in a house with like 8 floors. Ride your brother's nuts, you're a squirrel for his acorn.
Hey,
That was alright.
you got girls, where they at? Are you serious? Hey, didn't see him like George, I'm just curious. Hey, Alyssa
Fuck
said
me.
you fast like the Furious. Diss tracks, you are my reflection like a mirror is.
He probably thought that line was so deep. And it is so trash. It is so bad. Doesn't really make any sense.
Wanna flex on my wrist, I put some ice on it. I wanna make her with it, maybe put some rice on it. Talk shit, now I'm on your head like some lice on it. Heard you used to bully kids back in high school.
That doesn't rhyme, pal.
Second part for the kill, that's what Rice do. Hit it twice, this the insta, I don't like you. Gotta put this rice in this beef like some Thai food. You ain't got no bars, no flow like a lake do. Rented
Rice Gum's so just one trick, right? I guess that's why iDubbbz said like the whole thing about I'm the Asian boy, make fun of the Asian boy kind of thing. Because that is what he does. He's like, yeah, Rice. Like he's already mentioned Rice 3 times in this fucking thing. His name is Rice Gum. Like, bro, get a different thing. Like, have another thing.
cars in that rollie looking fake too. Let's go back to the bully thing, listen here.
Hang on. Am I hearing that out of context, or did he just not rhyme that?
Gotta put this rice in this beef like some Thai food. You ain't got no bars, no flow like a lake do. Rented cars in that rollie looking fake too. Let's go back to the bully thing, listen here. Was it back in middle school or was it senior year?
Why do they keep doing odd lines? Well, because they can't write lyric. Why am I fucking questioning this? They just can't write lyrics.
Every day, bro, with the same bully flow. Bully at school, now you bullying your bro. Diss your own brother, I don't really get it though. Stop bragging, just accept nobody knows your Disney show.
Why would you do this? No matter how mad you are. Why would you make yourself the idiot here? Like, she literally could have just took to Twitter and been the hero here, right? Like, she really could have just took the moral high ground on it, especially. And even with, like, the the Logan Paul stuff was good, right? The thing with Logan Paul was like that was the fuck you, right? That was the fuck you, and that was very good. Why would you do this?
Should've never cheated now, never cheated now. Got fame from your brother now, from your brother now.
Stop saying now. With things that don't rhyme. Fucking anything else would work. Like rhyme those and put now at the end as like the kind of rhythmic like gap.
And he's a better kisser now, better kisser now. Now I'm on the bigger things.
Should've never cheated.
None of that rhymed. What a waste of time. There's not many times in songs I will say that, but what a waste of time.
Now, never cheated now. Now I'm fucking on your bitch now, on your bitch now.
Now he's doing it.
And you still a fan now. They gon' call me rich gum, cause I'm dumb rich now.
What a waste of time. What a waste of everyone's time. What an awful, awful thing to unleash on human beings. To take that time from a precious life. 196 million people who watched that. Collectively, to sum up all the time of all the 196 million people who have watched this, he has taken a life with a pointless, stupid fucking song. That was awful. That was horrendous. That's a 0. That's a 0. We'll keep a tradition. Everyday Bro is a 1. Rice Gum is that bad. Jake Paul gets bumped up. Oh. Well. What more do you have to say? It's almost like this lined up perfectly. It's almost like I set this up.
Shots fired. Shots fired in front of the Supreme store. There's about to be a 261 in progress. Send all available units. Send in the backup. Send in the big gun.
I actually listen to this a lot, though. I still think it's a banger.
Fuck.
I wanna be gay, cause you're fucked and I wanna savor it. But it's cool, after smashing you, I'll PayPal you 2K. Oh no, you getting mad? You knocked the phone right out of my hand? That shit was fucking absurd. You're a rapper who can't resolve shit with words? Talk like you eat some paste. Hey, is that your IQ or your age?
The problem with this song is that I really want to sing along, but I can't remember if any of the lines are low-key problematic, and I don't really want to say them on Twitch. So,
hey, say to your audience face, hey, how Jacob's notorious taste. Hey, look afraid, must have seen a ghost.
I like this line.
Well, ditto, little bitch, but I'm not scared to show mine. Woo! You've been
pretending ever since you know rice ball descended.
Boy, gotta flex. Gotta flex, flex, flex. Because when you've got no personality, replace it with a Rolex.
I like that line. I always like that line.
No. You think they're gonna say, oh my god, you're such a legend. You make me so wet with your reckless spending. You've gained my respect and you're oh so funny. Please, take me to your mansion and poke me. You're fucking delusional. So try your best to remember. You're not a pimp, you're a borderline sex offender. You're like Kanye, without the talent. Like Jackie Chan, but a little like Soulja Boy. But actually, yeah, you're exactly like Soulja Boy. How can you claim that shit when you're too scared to go?
Yeah, there it is. The fact that PewDiePie comes in on this is so good. Oh, this just... I remember just watching this back in the day, and I just felt so... good. Like, I don't know. It just felt so good to fucking hear this.
Christ, you're as predictable as a house tour.
Saying surface level would be an insult to the ground floor.
Whatever you promise to follow, you quit. You can't persist for shit, you narcissistic prick. Your audience is fickle, here's what I predict. Cash, money, and the views and the clicks, and yet you're always gonna be a little bitch. But I got one question to ask you, bro.
Did it feel good, though? Okay. So, thoughts. I guess watching it now... 5 years on, it's still a banger. Okay, let's say it's still a banger. Problematic, but it does kind of bang. There's another one coming up that I have an issue with, who was a YouTuber and decided to go off and do music and had a very successful music career. And it's like you were saying earlier, that Boy in a Band collabed with a lot of controversial people and didn't get cancelled. That's because for some reason, this lot is sort of untouchable. And I don't like that it's untouchable. Because I think so many people dragged up shit that people did on the internet that kind of wasn't cool. They did get to a point with iDubbbz where I was like... Because I liked his content, I liked his content cop, I liked him taking down the bullies, right? I thought it was very good. His methods or whatever, but I liked him taking people down a peg. But... you can't just get away with shit. And I feel that more and more. And I especially feel it with Joji, okay? I think Joji... got away with so much, like, especially just pure racist shit, man. Like, he got away with, like, a lot of racist shit from back in the day. and he's never said anything about it. In fact, to my knowledge, there's never been like anything said about it. And as soon as he became Joji, everyone just loved him. I feel like he's just got away with it all. When people are dragging up Shane Dawson doing blackface from like 10 years ago, right? Which also, I'm not saying he should get away with. I'm saying none of them should. And it's always bugged me with like creators like Joji, who purposefully had a problematic past. I know you can say you can look at stuff with another lens. I just don't like the fact that some people get away with shit and some people don't. You know? Just because people like Joji's music, they'd let him off with shit, and I don't think that's the way it should go. It's just always annoyed me. It's one rule for one and one rule for another. It's like the internet cancels people they don't like rather than people who deserve it. And Joji deserves this. Like, listen, I'm not saying he should be fucking rid of the internet. I don't think the whole cancel culture as a whole, I don't even think it works. I don't even think it's a good thing. Ate some power bitch lasagna. I can do that. Apparently, iDubbbz went over to the UK and him and Boy in a Band did all of that. Like the video and the lyrics and the recording, everything in one day and just got it out. So factoring that in, I'd give it an 8. But if you just look at it just as quality, all that matters is comes out of the speakers, I'd give it a 7. Really. Some of the lines aren't nice. So I'm gonna give it a cheeky 7. Funnily enough, it's on the par with Build a Bitch and Dolls by Bella Porch, but hey, that's how a rating system goes.